Yokley, and I'm here to talk to you about why we need to free marijuana. Go ahead. Cocaine. All right, let's start off with that. Also known as blow, crack, rock, or snow, depending on where you are, who you are. And if some of you don't know this thing, it's a powerful stimulant made from the leaves of the coca plant and is usually snorted through the nose. Okay, and go ahead. Heroin. Ooh, this one's really good. An even stronger and highly addictive drug that is made from morphine, which is extracted from the seed from the pod of certain poppy plants. Good. And then we have methamphetamine, also known as meth, crystal, chalk, or ice. Extremely addictive stimulant drug that is chemically similar to amphetamines, which can actually be prescribed to you. So think about this. This drug right here is chemically identical to a drug that can be prescribed to you from a doctor. Kind of has you thinking. Okay, good. And then we have, ooh baby, marijuana. Refers to the dried leaves, flowers, stems, and seeds from the hemp plant Cannabis sativa. Now, why do I show you all of these amazing drugs? Let's explore it. Go ahead. Now, according to the Addiction Center, since 2001, cocaine-related deaths have increased by 42% in the U.S. alone. Heroin experienced a six-fold experience. And then we have, or if that isn't enough for you, drugabuse.com stated that in 2013, only 4,000 kilograms, a little over 4 metric tons of methamphetamine was produced legally, which means by doctors prescribed to everyone else. Yet, 42 metric tons was uncovered by police and DEA raids in separate part alone. So you have about 38 tons that was produced illegally. Like, all right, if that doesn't blow your mind, like, I don't know what, man. Like, what will? So guess how many marijuana deaths there are today? I mean, look for yourself. If I was able to show you the top of the graph, because unfortunately I had to cut it out because, dude, this list is freaking massive. And basically this is the column for all the related deaths to the drugs themselves. You have heroin in its own division. In its own. It has its own. And then you have cocaine and methamphetamine, which would be in the drug overdose here, leading up to 47,000 deaths by themselves. That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And yet, why is this important? The reason why is because the one thing all these substances have in common that I've shared with you is that they're all Schedule I drugs. Which means, and Schedule I means that, according to drugs.com, states that a Schedule I drug has a high potential for abuse and has no currently accepted medical benefits. Think about that. Currently medically accepted benefits. Okay? Good. Well, you guys ready for the hypocrisy of the United States government? No? Well, it doesn't matter, because here we go. I recently finished my own first semester of cannabis college, and I learned a lot. All right, and according to my cannabis training university, the Department of Health and Human Resources was awarded a patent on cannabinoids. And this U.S. patent number 6630507 states cannabinoids are useful in the prevention and treatment of a wide variety of diseases, including stroke, trauma, autoimmune disorders, and, let's see, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, and many more, okay? I myself use it for anxiety, and I love it, okay? That's just, my personal account. Anything else you want to take from it. By the way, if you think it stops here, it doesn't. It gets even better. The Research Triangle Institute in North Carolina was approved in a study that tested four patients left over from a compassionate investigational new drug program, which at its peak had 35 patients with that received medical cannabis grown from the government itself. And this is during a time when even dispensaries were illegal. So you have the U.S. government distributing to 35 patients this substance that they state themselves is not medically beneficial and other stuff like that. Okay, so these 4 patients had been medicating for decades, and the test conducted concluded no health damage or concerns appeared due to the cannabis, meaning these potheads are perfectly fine after blazing it for years. Okay. And go ahead and go to the next one. Sorry, next one. Now this right here is a picture of the Coy Walter Laboratory Complex. It is highly secured, and this facility is a government-ran-owned facility. And they produce 880 tons of marijuana in 1 year. Okay. I don't know what to tell you. So the hypocrisy just gets ridiculous. Like, it just needs to go out the door. And plus, if that's not enough to get you on board with where this is going, let me give you just a little background, or not a little background, but what's going on today. According to the Truth About Hemp, they claim that there is over 25,000 different products made from this plant alone. They range from the shoes that I'm wearing, which actually are made from hemp. They're Adidas hemp. Say it right there. These are Adidas hemp. I've had them for 2 years and they still last me. Yeah, they're a little beat up, they're a little rugged, but you know what? It's a great damn shoe, all right? And this also ranges from, the shoes on my feet to the fuels that you can put in your car. In Europe, they're actually testing with this. They're making biofuel and they're converting cars' engines to where it runs on this fuel made from the hemp plant alone. And just to get you an understanding of what this fuel can actually do, or where we can actually go with this, understand that 1 acre of cannabis can produce more paper than 10 acres of trees, and one acre of this cannabis can be cultivated within months, as opposed to years for the trees. So in conclusion, I'm all for this plant, and the time of ignorance is over. We all need to just wake up and realize that this plant actually can cure a lot, and that we've just been lied to for a while. That's it.